A very good morning to all the viewers who have tuned into the morning news show on CNN News 18. I'm Koina Sharma and I'll take you through all the top headlines that will continue to dominate the headlines today. First up, we are discussing PM Modi's Vikas pitch. Now, ahead of the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, Prime Minister Narendra Modi yesterday laid out the blueprint for a third term of his government. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that India will rank among the top 3 economies in the world in his third term with a faster growth rate than now. Now remember, the country is heading towards the Lok Sabha 2024 elections next year and is now ranked 5th in the world behind the US, China, Germany and Japan. PM was addressing the inaugural event of the International Exhibition Convention Center complex at Delhi's Pragati Maidan. He also shared his vision of becoming a developed nation in the next 25 years and said India is progressing at a rapid pace and is now achieving things that are unimaginable earlier. Meanwhile, taking a swipe at the opposition, Prime Minister Modi said that some people have a tendency to comment and stall development work. Take a look at what he had to say.
तीसरे टर्म में दुनिया की पहली 3 इकोनॉमीज में एक नाम भारत का होगा। लेकिन हमारे देश में कुछ अलग सोच के लोग भी हैं। नकारात्मक सोच वालों की कोई कमी तो है नहीं हमारे यहाँ। इस निर्माण को रोकने के लिए भी नकारात्मक सोच वालों ने क्या क्या कोशिशें नहीं की। दरअसल कुछ लोगों की फितरत होती है हर अच्छे काम को रोकने की, टोकने की। इन अंतर्राष्ट्रीय एजेंसियां भी ये कह रही हैं कि भारत में अति गरीबी जो है, एक्सट्रीम पॉवर्टी, वो खत्म होने के कगार पर हो रहे हैं। विकसित होने के लिए हमें बड़ा सोचना ही होगा, बड़े लक्ष्य हासिल करने ही होंगे। इसलिए थिंक बिग, ड्रीम बिग, एक्ट बिग, इस सिद्धांत को अपनाते हुए भारत आज तेजी से आगे बढ़ रहा है।
Well, moving our focus now to the Parliament's showdown. The showdown over the Manipur issue is expected to continue today as well on the 6th day of the Parliament monsoon session. The opposition plans to step up the attack on the government. Now, all MPs belonging to the opposition front, India, will wear black clothes and bands as a mark of protest against the Manipur issue. Now, apart from this, they will also protest in Rajya Sabha over leader of opposition Kharge's mic being switched off. Now, Kharge had accused the government of humiliating him while the government has accused opposition of misbehavior. This comes a day after a no-confidence motion was moved by the Congress in Lok Sabha and was also accepted by the Speaker. Now, the motion was moved by the Congress to mount pressure on the central government over the Manipur issue. Meanwhile, floor leaders of opposition front will meet Rajya Sabha leader of opposition Mallikarjun Kharge to discuss the urgent issues that shall be discussed in the Parliament today.
Gaurav Gogoi joins us. Gaurav, your notice has been admitted. The discussion is going to happen sometime soon. But is this the only tool that the opposition really had in terms of, bringing a no-confidence motion? Because that's been defeated in the past also.
The India Alliance is well aware of our numbers and our strength in Lok Sabha, but it is a matter of sending a message of solidarity to Manipur. What is at stake is our domestic security, territorial integrity, and an effort to heal the wounds that the people of Manipur have felt. What message is the government sending by the Prime Minister by not visiting Manipur? What message is the government already sent by the Prime Minister waiting for 78 days to open his mouth, that too after Chief Justice observations? And what message are they still trying to say? That there are other bills which are of much more importance than the issue of Manipur, that there are other meetings which are much more important for the Prime Minister to attend instead of coming inside Parliament and addressing the nation. In the past, there have been conflicts across India, and whenever there has been a conflict of this scale, of this magnitude, Prime Minister, irrespective of whichever political party they belong to, they have always confronted the issue head-on. They have taken personal initiative, they have taken personal leadership, and it is quite disappointing for the Prime Minister to almost kind of show his back to the people of Manipur. And that is what the message India Alliance wants to send, that the Prime Minister may have forgotten, but India Alliance for sure stands with the people of Manipur in their time of grief.
Well, the government is saying that Home Minister is willing to reply, but you've countered that as well. But is the opposition also willing to take a discussion on the safety and security of women in Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, among the other states?
It's quite unfortunate that after 78 days, when the Prime Minister spoke about Manipur, he spoke about atrocities against women. That is of course unfortunate, but there have been other human rights violations in Manipur. Ordinary people have felt defenseless, so much so that they have stormed police stations and taken arms. 6,000 weapons have been looted from police stations by people, ordinary people, you and me. You tell me which part of India has seen such a breakdown of law and order, where a union minister's house of this government, Ranjan Singh, his house has been burned. BJP MLAs have been attacked, and yet the Prime Minister refuses to meet his own MLAs. So this is an extraordinary situation, and therefore it deserves extraordinary attention and priority, because the states which are seeing this conflict are on our border. It is a matter of territorial integrity and domestic security, and it behooves the Prime Minister to come to the Parliament and speak to the people of India, and let a message of peace and solidarity go to the people of India, especially to the people of Manipur.
सभी विषय के ऊपर चर्चा करने को तैयार है। आपके यूपीए सरकार में 10 साल में आप क्या किया है? आपके समय में लैंड ऑर्डर कैसा था? आपके समय में टेररिज्म कैसा था? आपके समय में कम्युनलिज्म कैसा था? आपके समय में कम्युनल क्लैशेस कैसा थे? कितने बार कर्फ्यू थे? कितने लोग शहीद हो गए थे? कितने आरडीएक्स देश में मिला था? कितने ट्रेन में बम ब्लास्टिंग हुआ था? हम चर्चा करने के लिए तैयार थे, मगर कोई विपक्ष पार्टी चर्चा के लिए तैयार नहीं है। इसलिए फाइनली दे केम फॉरवर्ड, जो नो कॉन्फिडेंस मोशन लगाने के लिए आए हैं। हम कोई डरने वाले नहीं है, हम हर विषय पर जवाब देने के लिए तैयार है। हम कोई भागने वाला पार्टी नहीं है।
जब तक स्पीकर ने इस विषय को जो इतनी अर्जेंसी है वो नहीं दिखाया, तो मेरे ख्याल में कई पार्टीज कहते हैं कि हमारा जो डिमांड था कि प्रधानमंत्री कभी आए लोकसभा में, जिसका अंग वो है, जब तक वो नहीं करेगा मेरे ख्याल में ये सब चलने वाले हैं। मेरे ख्याल में बेस्ट है कि स्पीकर जल्दी तय करें कि ये नो कॉन्फिडेंस मोशन के ऊपर चर्चा हो जाए। वैसे भी आपको पता है कि परंपरा के अनुसार प्रधानमंत्री को वापस आके जवाब देना पड़ेगा, तो वैसे भी उस वक्त इस विषय पे उनका बोलने का मौका मिलेगा। लेकिन इसको पोस्टपोन करके ये जो हंगामा चल रहा है हाउस के अंदर, उसमें सारे बिल्स को पास करना बिना चर्चा, बिना बहस, ये तो देश के लिए अच्छा नहीं है, हमारे पार्लियामेंट्री डेमोक्रेसी के लिए बहुत खराब है।
Well, continuing to talk about the strife-torn Manipur, the state, the human tragedy continues to unfold in conflict-hit Manipur, which remains on the edge as the path to normalcy remains a rocky one. CNN News 18's Kamalika Sen Gupta gets us the latest from Ground Zero. Take a look.
This is the photo of the young girl, 17 years old girl. She and her friend, the boy, they were after tuition classes. They were last located in Nambol. That's what the sources are saying, and that is in between the valley and the hills. So the father is there. The father is actually the daughter's father. The girl's father is there. He's absolutely shattered. The police investigation has been is on. But till now, there is no information. When did you last Doctor, what happened actually?
Actually, the cybercrime is the reported the Kuki area of the Kuki and Naga areas, very tourist spot, very beautiful tourist spot at that place, surrounded by cookies, and that cookies are kidnapping both boys and girls. That days from the boys' handshake also using the cookies leaders. From that, still cybercrime is informed, but nowhere about is no reported to others, us. टेलीफोन की ट्रैकिंग से हम लोग पता चला है वो तो उधर है, और फिर वो लोग का लड़का का फ़ोन तो कुकी वालों ने इस्तेमाल किया है अभी हाँ, इसलिए हम लोग ने ऐसा सुना है, तो कुकी लोग ने किडनैप करके मार डाला है, ऐसा सुना है। बस ज़रा और
पुलिस क्या बोला आपको?
पुलिस तो सर्चिंग किया है अभी, वो लोग ने लोकेशन दिया है, वही है।
This is another very painful and shattered. The parent is absolutely, the father is shattered. Absolutely, you want to say something?
No, can help me. This is the, even government also, central government also. Modi ji is not.
Boy's family is with us, and they are saying that the last phone that they received, that the police is saying, is from the Sisipur area. And this is the photo of the son. He said that he is going to for a football to see the football match, and then they got missing. We'll talk to the father. क्या अभी पुलिस क्या बोल रहा है?
Lastly, मेरा बेटा के हैंडसेट कुछ दिन के बाद में चालू होता है, रीऑपरेटेड। उसी आइडेंटिटी न्यू सिम कार्ड का आइडेंटिटी भी मालूम है। उसी जगह में पुलिस ने हमने रिक्वेस्ट किया इम्फाल पुलिस स्टेशन के ऑफिसर इंचार्ज को, सर एटलीस्ट उनको पकड़ो कुछ क्लू मिलने के लिए, लेकिन जवाब दिया उसी जगह को कुकी का जगह है ना, हम उसी जगह में जाने से लड़ाई हो सकता है, मतलब बहुत डरता है पुलिस वाले, इसीलिए इन्वेस्टिगेशन तो ऑलमोस्ट स्टॉपिंग। आफ्टर दैट दिस मस्ट पुलिस का इन्वेस्टिगेशन आई थिंक
ऐसा होता है कि बच्चे का जो फ़ोन अभी चल रहा है ना, अभी भी चल रहा था, अभी कभी चलता है कभी ऑफ होता है। वो पुलिस के लास्ट इन्वेस्टिगेशन से पता चला है कि वो फ़ोन हमारा बेटा का फ़ोन है, लेकिन नया सिम डालकर यूज़ किया है, और सिम होल्डर का पता क्या है, वो भी एक कुकी का है। जिंदा तो नहीं, जिंदा होगा तो कुछ ना कुछ इन्फॉर्मेशन तो ज़रूर आया होगा। अभी हमको ये सिर्फ कंप्लेन है कि फोर्स की तरफ से सारे ऑल इंडिया गवर्नमेंट से भी हमको गिला है कि अगर हमारे बेटे के साथ ऐसा हुआ, वी आर ए कॉमन मैन, सो इट हैपन्स टू अस। इफ दिस हैपन्स टू सम VIPs families, it may be no happen. Yeah.
So that is the thing. They are really very they're like very concerned and shattered. The mother is unable to speak also, and they want some information. Where is the son? Where is the daughter? And they are now hoping that maybe they are not alive. So this is another very tragic story from Manipur. This is Komalika Sengupta with Anshuman Rao reporting for CNN News 18 from Imphal.
Well, those were really sad stories, and parents and families sharing the plight of the strife-torn state, Manipur. Now, well, moving our focus to some weather updates. Monsoon mayhem continues to haunt India after experiencing heavy rainfall throughout this week. Now, the Met Department has issued red alert in parts of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Heavy to very heavy rainfall is predicted in parts of Odisha, where roads were waterlogged in key areas. When it comes to North India, Delhi, Uttarakhand, Himachal and Haryana are facing flood-like situations all over. Now, rivers including the Yamuna and Hindon are swelling up rapidly. Yamuna is just a few centimeters away from the danger mark. Now, in the state of Maharashtra, red alert has been issued in Mumbai, and the government has shut schools and is requesting people to go out only if necessary. Now, red alerts have been issued in Karnataka and Kerala as well. Let's take a look at some of the other reports.
Rains have lashed the national capital yet again, and this is the kind of situation that we are seeing happening across the national capital, where water has clogged in almost all the streets that are leading up to Delhi. Currently, I am reporting from Noida, where rains over the last 3 to 4 hours have made sure that there is massive waterlogging across parts in Noida. This actually tells us the story of how prepared was the Noida authority to make sure that flooding like situation does not happen. And over the last few hours, since I've been reporting from this location out here, very close to the Maya flyover, which leads to the national capital, and people travel from Noida towards the national capital through this road. This is the main road that leads towards the national capital, and this is the kind of situation that we are seeing. There is traffic snarls that is being reported from across parts of Noida, because this is the kind of waterlogging situation that has developed out here. Over the next few hours, we are expecting the Noida authorities to finally step in and make sure that the water that is clogged out here could be pumped back into the river Yamuna.
We are at Heldoni village in Noida, and you can see the situation right now because of the continuous rain since early morning. There's massive traffic jam. This road, we are being told, goes to Khulesra village, which is highly affected by the heavy flow of Hindon river right now, and the entire stretch you can see is jam-packed. A traffic officer was also shot while here. You can see the police officials are working barefoot because the water logging is massive in this area. The traffic jam, we are being told, is at least up to 2 to 3 kilometers. Policemen have been deployed in this area and they are trying to regulate the traffic, but because of the heavy traffic flow, commuters are facing big problems. We have some of the commuters with us and we'll try and talk to them to see what problems are they facing. सर, आप लोग काम पे जा रहे थे अभी सुबह?
यस, काम पे
क्या दिक्कत है? अभी बहुत ज्यादा जाम है, गाड़ी छोड़ के आप लोग जा रहे हैं?
गाड़ी छोड़ के जा रहे हैं, बहुत सारा जाम लगा हुआ है और पानी बरसात दिख रहे हैं आप, कितना सारा बरसात है, तो पानी के प्रॉब्लम, वाहन की दिक्कत से
कितना पैदल चलना पड़ रहा है? कहाँ पे है ऑफिस? कहाँ पे?
ऑफिस हमारे यहाँ से 32 किलोमीटर दूर है।
तो कैसे जाएंगे अभी?
आप सब देखते हैं, अगर कोई ऑटो मिल रही है तो जा रहे हैं, क्या करे, बैठे हैं आप?
पैदल जाएंगे?
पैदल जाएंगे यहाँ से 2 किलोमीटर दूर, इतना दूर कैसे जा पाएंगे बताइए आप?
बारिश, बाढ़ जैसे हालात और बीमारियों का अंबार। आप तस्वीरें देखिए, इस समय नोएडा में खड़े हैं और ये जो कनेक्टिंग रोड है ये लेबर चौक से होते हुए सेक्टर 62 होते हुए गाजियाबाद निकलती है और यहाँ पर स्थिति दलदल जैसी है। आप तस्वीरें देखेंगे, 3-3 फुट पानी है, लिहाजा लोगों को परेशानी हो रही। सुबह से ही बारिश हो रही थी, मौसम खुशनुमा हुआ, लेकिन वाटर लॉगिंग की समस्या से लोगों को निजात नहीं मिला। वहीं दूसरी तरफ जहां लगातार दावे और वादे किए जाते हैं वाटर लॉगिंग को लेकर, कागजों में तैयारी की बात कही जाती है, लेकिन स्थिति आप देखेंगे लबालब पानी भरा है, दलदल में ये सड़कें तब्दील हैं। फिलहाल यहां पर लोगों को कड़ी मशक्कत और जद्दोजहद करनी पड़ रही है ताकि वो अपने डेस्टिनेशन पहुंच सके। और स्थिति देखिए, आप तस्वीरों में देख पा रहे होंगे, ई रिक्शा जो है वो चलने काबिल नहीं बचे हैं, बंद पड़ रहे हैं, बाइक्स बंद पड़ रही हैं, लिहाजा स्थिति बेहद खराब है। लेकिन जिस तरीके से दावे और वादे किए जाते हैं वो पूरी तरीके से खोखले साबित होते हैं। आप देखेंगे कि स्कूटी चालक को कितनी समस्या हो रही है और कई लोग यहाँ पर बाइक चलाते चलाते गिर भी पड़े हैं, लिहाजा क्योंकि सड़कों पर चल रहे हैं, अंदाजा नहीं मिल पा रहा है गड्ढे हैं या नहीं है। लेकिन स्थिति देखेंगे, आप क्या कह रहे हैं? आप
बहुत बेकार सरकार है यहाँ की, देख लो क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे।
तो जाहिर तौर पे देखिए स्थिति बेहद खराब है और पानी बहुत भरा हुआ है, करीब 3-3, 4-4 फीट पानी है। लोगों को बड़ी समस्या हो रही है जिसके चलते लोग परेशान हैं और यहाँ की अथॉरिटीज पर सवाल खड़े कर रहे हैं। फिलहाल आप देखेंगे कि स्थिति बद से बदतर है, लिहाजा जो पानी है वो बहुत बढ़ गया और सुबह से ही बारिश हो रही थी, जिसका नतीजा ये हुआ कि नोएडा शहर में जगह जगह वाटर लॉगिंग है, नोएडा शहर में जगह जगह ट्रैफिक जाम है और पानी का बारिश हुई है उससे लोग परेशान हुए, जिसकी वजह से यहाँ पर गाड़ियां भी बंद पड़ रही हैं। लिहाजा लोगों की यही अपील है कि जल्द से जल्द इस पर ध्यान दिया जाए और इस समस्या का समाधान किया जाए।
Well, those were reports on rain fury across India. But now it's time for a short commercial break. We'll be right back with more news and updates. Stay tuned.
shred of doubt in his mind that the NDA and his government is coming back for a third term. And perhaps it's piquant, perhaps it's ironic that it's coming right on the day that this no confidence motion has been moved and accepted by the Speaker of the House. How do you respond to that?
Thank you. It shows the arrogance of the Prime Minister, because Prime Minister is facing his Council of Ministers. No confidence motion is listed today, and a Northeastern leader has moved it, and all the India parties are supporting. And he's speaking about the economic story of India, which has started in 1990s. It is not that because one day in 2014 India has arrived and India's economic story has started. It has started in 1990s, where Dr. Manmohan Singh and Rao and then Vajpayee and other leaders took it forward. And Dr. Manmohan Singh's time we reached 10th in the largest economies. It is not because of Mr. Modi. It is the India story. We need to understand that if Mr. Modi is not there, we will reach the third in 1929. That's everybody knows it. You knows it. Every economic student knows it. But Mr. Modi is a great marketer. Therefore, he will keep on saying these things. India's unemployment rate is all-time high. Farmers are at distress. And only thing he is able to do is to make Mr. Adani the world's second richest man.
And Priyanka Chaturvedi, let me start with you first. Every time a no-confidence motion is brought before a ruling dispensation or ruling government, it is usually when the numbers of that government are on shaky ground, when there are parties within coalitions who are not supportive of the ruling dispensation on any issue. That's how the history of the no-confidence motion has evolved over the last many years. In this case, the numbers are clearly with the NDA. So then what is the point of this no confidence motion? Is the point only to get the Prime Minister to speak in Parliament?
Actually, that's an incorrect way of looking at how no confidence motion works. Because if you remember, Srimati Indira Gandhi, who had absolute majority in the Parliament, had 15 such no confidence motions moved against her. So obviously the opposition members knew they did not have the numbers, but there was a reason why they were bringing it against her. With an absolute majority of over 400 MPs, Rajiv Gandhi ji had a no confidence motion against him. Jawaharlal Nehru ji had it against him. So the point is not this. The point is not whether you have numbers or no. The point is this. This is the rule book of a parliament. I'm a Rajya Sabha MP, so I'm showing you the Rajya Sabha book because of which I get the rule number 267 to be able to ask the chair that we should have a discussion on Manipur. The same way, Lok Sabha members are entitled, if they have support of over 50 MPs, to move a motion, no confidence motion. And the fact that the speaker has accepted it, acknowledged it, means it's in order. And that...
We're getting this breaking input from the state of Telangana, where around 40 to 42 tourists stranded in Veerbhadravaram forest area in Mulugu district. Now, the tourists got stranded due to incessant rainfall while returning from Mutyaladhara waterfalls. NDRF team, along with the state disaster management team and local police, are conducting rescue operations. Now, we are getting reports of tourists, over 40 to 42 tourists being stranded in Veerbhadravaram forest area in Mulugu district of Telangana. Now, the tourists got stranded due to incessant rains while returning from a very picturesque Mutyaladhara waterfalls. It is one of the famous waterfalls in the area. Now, NDRF team along with the state disaster team have reached the location and have already started the rescue operations. The local police is also helping out the NDRF and the disaster management teams to conduct the rescue operations. According to the preliminary reports, 40 to 42 people are tourists continue to remain stranded and stuck in the area. Now, the tourists were unable to cross the rapidly rising river and were forced to seek shelter in the nearby forest. These are the preliminary reports that we are getting from the ground. The Mulugu district superintendent is likely to address and reach the situation to take care or take stock of the situation. Joining me in the broadcast is Swastika. A very good morning, Swastika. What more details are we gathering from the ground here?
Well, look, today Telangana continues to be on red alert in the wake of heavy rains, and in that situation, especially areas like Mulugu have been witnessing very heavy rainfall. A group of 80 tourists, as per preliminary reports, had visited the Mukyaladhara waterfalls. It's a very popular tourist destination. And when they were just returning back from the trek, there is a trek to the waterfall. That is when we were given to understand that the entire trekking route got submerged because of heavy inflows of water in the wake of rain. For a couple of hours, the tourists were stranded there because it's a no-network zone. Ultimately, when an SOS was sent out, the state government swooped into action. The district administration sent their local SDRF teams, and then the NDRF was also brought into action to rescue the tourists. Casualties are not there, fortunately, but the challenge at this point in time is to shift them to a rehabilitation center, or many of them are actually stuck in that very same place. At this moment, the latest update that we have gotten is that about 42 tourists are stranded there, and most of them, in fact, have now been moved to upper parts, safer areas. And the last leg of relief and rescue operation is underway. Remember, it's not just the tourists who are stranded there, but even the villages in and around continue to face the threat of deluge in the wake of heavy rains. And in the next 24 hours, or in fact, even as we talk now, Hyderabad and the rest of Telangana is being lashed by very heavy rain. So the next 24 hours is going to be extremely crucial, and is something that's going to keep the administration on the tenterhooks.
All right. Thank you so much, Swastika, for all these updates. We'll continue to track the story and the rescue operations that are underway throughout the day. Well, it's a wrap from my side. Stay tuned to CNN News 18 for more news and updates. Thanks for watching.